So after 2 years of doing virtually nothing, and I make my first video in 2 years, as clearly stated, sick. So I will be doing a basic camouflage net and techniques in order to cover up a vehicle. So this is a vehicle that I started in 2014 and pretty much stopped working on it in 2014. So I will cover up this vehicle in a camo net and a bunch of other things to give it some form of camouflage, since I made it straight out of the factory with supplies being low without it even being primered. Just straight up factory. So that is today's tutorial. So I begin by cutting the cotton netting just by a small estimated amount, and just by cutting it by a smaller amount to see where it would fit on the vehicle. After testing it, as you can see in the footage, and where the camera will not focus on anything, as you will see later on in the video as well, just a little bit of it, just tear it up at the edges, just make it look used, cut maybe a hole or there into the actual thing. So just continue cutting, then you bring in the water and your paint. I use acrylics olive green. Just mix it with a lot of water. So when you dab it into the cotton, it will spread very easily. So just continue applying it, just steadily. As I was painting it, I made sure to have thicker areas of paint and thinner areas, so it gave a dark green and light green patches on it. Now this is where I made a mistake and zoomed in, and as you can clearly see, the Nikon camera will not focus on anything, so will the rest of the video. I will try to speed this up, but unfortunately working with iMovie is very hard. So over here I decided to experiment with something, so I scrunched it up and dipped it into water, and now here's just me trying to get it to focus, but it won't do it, and then when I see it I just say fuck it, I'm gonna continue. So just scrunch it up, dip it into water so the whole thing is soaked, and this made it easier to spread the paint around in about half the time. So just continue with the basic thing, just keep on dabbing, have it patch, use brown or any other colors that they used. Since I live in India, I can't get the supply, so I use what looks. So sorry about the interruption with the previous part. Nikon cameras are not easy to work with. So after these are dried up, for me they're stuck to the table now. I slowly, carefully, okay, whatever I found, slowly and carefully remove them. And here we go. This is a worn up Camo Net. This is the one that I tried to show in the video that didn't come so well. It's okay. So we put that on the side. Get the other one now. I'm gonna have to clean this up afterwards. Toss that to the side, it's just scrap. So now you get your model. And now you just figure out how you want to place it. As before, I presented a slight draft. So you see I have camera is willing to focus. So I have some excess over here of it that I will remove so I get it into shape. Let's remove the excess. You can use that if you want, how you want to build it. Scrunch it up a little bit, do some shit to it. Cut it about in certain places. And ta-da! Got a cheap Camo Net. One thing that I can suggest to do is you grab a little bit of water on the brush. You make it wet places that you want to bend. Or should I call it? I fell for the fake. So here we got the top one. You can see I got some debris on the top, but that won't really matter. Now the problem with this is that I just realized I placed some blocks that would completely okay, so that's sabotaged the model slightly. Now you can do this accordingly, but best suggest with the whole water thing to toss it into water, get it to be more flexible. Try to squish as much water out of it as possible. I really have 90% of no idea what I'm doing over here. Better do something similar. And it fell through a hole. So you see, with the cloth being wet, it makes it easier to apply most of it back into place. Now, just one thing that I want to do is cut some holes around here. This thing doesn't cut. So tired. I'm not used to commenting on things, so bear with me if my commentary is audible. So just some completely messed up. So here we go. I got the bottom. It's very quick. Come on. It's very quick. Camo Net. Almost anyone can do it. So I got this. And the tank to look like this, thankfully. Just some water on the side will do it. Stick this down. And there, for most of these, what you have to do in the end is now I leave it to dry. There. And I put this into the center again. I'm not used to this at all. Now, how do I move the camera down? Okay, I'm not gonna be able to move it down, so I can just place the model like this. Is it focusing onto it? Yeah. So that's nearly the end product. That's the next video that I would like to do. We'll present making it super dirty on the bottom, as if it drove into the field. And to do that, you need something like this. No, it is not ice cream. Since I live in India, I cannot get actual supplies for like mud effects. So this is actual mud that you partially sieve through to get. And that was a bad one. So yeah, this is mostly dry enough right now. Where's the glue? Oh shit. So for glue I will be using Fevibond. I don't know if y'all can get it over there, but it's pretty useful. You just need something like the shish kebab, which the camera is not willing to zoom on. Just get some, apply it at the edge, and apply it to a few places on the model. So better to apply it on the edges where it will not really be seen. I'm just trying to get this into the shot. Samples. And then you realize you didn't put enough. So you just recorded something and probably annoyed a bunch of people away. If anybody is watching this. So there. Got some glue. Shit. Come on. Got some glue applied to this edge. Now you just glue it down. Follow the same along here because it's thick and it won't really be noticed. And now that is way too much glue. So once again, just knock this slightly up. Oh, shit. This somehow didn't come off. Okay. Oh shite. And now I got glue on my fingers. Great, great, great. And there we go. Now just apply the Camo Net to the areas that you put the glue over. And there. Now for the gun barrel we apply a little bit on the gun mantlet. Apply a little bit on the gun mantlet. To stick it in place over there. So there. That's the camera full zoomed apparently. So there is the end product. Once again, all the supplies that you needed were some simple bandage, a brush, and some basic olive green from Artis acrylics. So just zoom in. Zoom. If there was voice command. So just one request that I have on your half is anyone who watched this video and has a YouTube account, please comment on what questions you want me to answer. It can be relevant to models, to tanks, anything. And in the next video I will make it look like this tank ran through a mud field. I don't know. Just these tracks are going to be completely covered. Bottom is going to be completely covered. Gonna have tank track marks over here of completely been mudded and some applied in the front. I know, this video has been horrible, but it's my first one in 2 years. So cut me some slack. Bye.